Get ready to dance to the beat of Black Girl Boss Magic as we kick off Season 2 of the Brwngrlz Collective. We're here to salute and amplify the stories of Black women who are crushing it in the business world. From fashion to tech, healthcare to education, these trailblazing women have faced obstacles head-on and emerged victorious. We are diving deep into their journeys, sharing their secrets, and throwing some much-deserved praise their way. So come join the party at the Brwngrlz Collective, and let's get this celebration of Black female empowerment started. Hey Brown Girls, this is me, Desiree, doing this week's interview. I have Eliza here. She is coming to talk to us about her business. Again, if you haven't, make sure to tune into our YouTube channel and follow us on Brwngrlz ENT on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And let's go.
My name is Eliza Marie. I am the owner of Millionaire Moms Playground. I am associated with multiple businesses. I don't cut myself short on anything that I can or cannot do. Documents, errands, cleaning, caregiver, anything that I can get my hands involved, I'm involved in. More so of myself, I am 28 years old. I'm a mother of 3 children who I strive to prepare for. So it started before Millionaire Moms Playground, like it was me. I was just like every other girl, having a good time, looking the part, in the world, having a grand time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
definitely relate to that.
What changed everything for me was my mom was killed. She was shot to death at my house. It was a shooting. And in that moment, when they pronounced her dead, I just honestly, I fell to my knees literally. And I told God whatever he wanted from me, that I would do it. You know, I didn't care about anything else. And from that moment forward, I started changing my entire mindset. Like prior to that, I was thinking of different things. And, you know, I was entrepreneuring then as well. But in that moment, it was like, the core of myself. What did I want? What do I want for myself? What do I want for the world? It was everything that I felt, you know. It's like you can't replace a mother.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you when that happened?
That was 3 years ago, coming on 3 years here this February.
So I'm sorry to hear that. I really am sorry.
25, yeah. So in that moment, it was just save the world, you know, save the world from the things that I've endured. Save the girls from the things that I've endured. So everything that I'm good at, I pursue on a business aspect. If I can help, I'm gonna help. If I can be there, I'm gonna be there. If I can uplift you, I'm gonna do that. And that's how I live my life daily. So I turned it into a business aspect.
Well, that's so amazing to take hurt and to harness it for good. You know, a lot of times people will dwell and sit in their hurt and tend to hurt other people. But you took that and like made it something much better. So, you know, your mom is living through the work that you're doing today, you know, so that's the best way to celebrate someone's memories.
How I think about things now, I think about kind of like every decision that I make. Being out there before that death, I was like any other ordinary girl. The hot girls, the fun girls, I was living. Now it's like I think about my actions. I think about my, how can I say?
Your perception.
My influence. I think about my influence. I know that a lot of people look up to me. I know that people watch me. And I don't want to give off the perception of just, you know, the looks, the clout, the fun. It's not about that. You know, it's really about me getting back to something good, me finding my way back really home. Like, I don't want to be a part of guiding the community into something crazy and gun violence. I really stand for any type of violence. I don't condone it. So now it's like I get into other people's lives. Like I'm around people that's always in the hood. I'm around people who talk crazy or disrespectful. I'm around people who are not mentally stable. So in all those situations, I kind of weigh in and try to be an influence to something positive. I try to transition them onto a different type of understanding. So it's just the daily walk, honestly. It's something I do every day.
Girl, one, I'm gonna say, because I'm 33, so I believe that, you know, once we reach a certain age, and scientifically they say that our fontanelles close up and we start making better decisions and choices once we reach 25. So I can say for myself, I was out here in these streets. I was out in these streets hard. When people say, what do you do if anybody wanted to know what to do Sunday through Sunday, I could tell you, because I was there. So I can definitely relate with that. It wasn't until I turned 28 that I started realizing, like, oh shit, I'm going to live to be 30. So what are the things that I take seriously, and how do I want to perceive myself, and how do I want the world to perceive me, and what are the things that I need to do? Because again, I'm the oldest of all the grands. So it's like, I'm out here, y'all have the luxury to live through my mistakes and not make those mistakes. I'm making these mistakes for you so that you can see what happened afterwards. You can see the consequences of those actions, so you don't have to face those consequences. Now, again, I understand people are going to live their own lives.
All right.
So at the end of the day, you're going to live through your own consequences, because those are the learning lessons that you're supposed to learn. And I can definitely understand wanting to take other people's problems and fix them, become the solution to problems, because a lot of people, aren't able to push through the problems to find a solution. So I really do give you kudos to that as well, because that is a hard journey, especially when you're surrounded by people, because sometimes you yourself can be influenced by these people. And when you're trying to influence people to be better, sometimes you have to meet them where they are to rise them up. But sometimes that's a compromise in yourself. But it does take a strong individual to stay on that path and to stick to your moral code and to help them realize that, hey, I was this, but you can be this because this is what I be. So I definitely understand that. And honestly, when it comes down to pivotal moments, I'm like, you had a really big pivotal moment. But if there is any other experiences that you feel that have shaped your journey, can you tell us how you learned from those setbacks or those failures, and how they have contributed to your growth and success in everything that you're doing today?
Business aspects. I look at things.
We don't have to be business, girl. We could be life. It could be life business. Because I feel like business in life is almost
it runs neck and neck. Because you kind of, us coming from our culture, we don't know everything. We really don't know much when it comes to a lot of things. When it comes to like core things to help us really get through life, because we're so busy working and to survive. That's all we can do. We don't have time to process our pain, process our feelings, make better decisions. We're kind of just stuck in the race. We're stuck in the continuous thing, just going and going. We don't have time to process our emotions, and that really holds a core value to me. Like, I look at the things that my mother went through. Like, I value her so much because I look at things that I could have handled better had I known better, but a lot of times you don't know better until you do better. And that really holds a core thing on me. I'm like, okay guys, we got to get this right, because I don't want you to go through something that cannot change, something that you can't take back, something that's gonna tear your life apart and you have to rebuild. I would hope that I could get you to a point to find peace and find God before that.
And in this journey, because you did state that you're a mom, right? A mom of 3. How do you think those situations have helped you influence your kids, and the things that you want them to be able to do going forward in their lives?
I have honest conversations with my kids. Probably conversations that people are like, they're just a child, but how I look at it is they're little humans. In our culture, our kids aren't allowed to have that luxury to be a kid, honestly. They're already looked at as a statistic. So I kind of have to give them the real. And that changes a whole narrative about life for like me and my children. As far as holidays, I kind of give them the honest concept of where things come from. Okay, this started from this. It's about a tax bracket. They have to meet a quota. Things like that. I honestly tell them the truth because I don't want them to get lost in trying to live up to something that doesn't even matter. God. The only one. Our core job is to make it through this, to get through this in a peaceful aspect, be happy, be okay, not be content. We always want to elevate, we always want to grow, but our goal is to make it through. And my only way of making it through all this time, and I've been through a lot of different things since my mom passed, like a lot of different situations. And I'm very proud of myself for choosing peace. Like, how I can let a lot of things get me worked up, how I can let a lot of my situations make me feel lower than low. I find my peace and my joy in God, honestly. A lot of things don't bother me anymore.
It just rolls off.
Yeah.
But see, and my favorite word is impervious, right?
I don't know what that means.
So impervious, and when you think about it as an umbrella, how the rain rolls off the umbrella, you're covered, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're impervious to the bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't affect you the way that it used to affect you. And that was like the first words, not one of the first words, but like in school, I just love that word. It was that nostalgia. And I said, you know what, I think these are two words that define me.
Mm-hmm.
Impervious, because I don't want to allow things to affect me in a way that brings me out of character.
Mm-hmm.
And nostalgia, because I long for the things that the life, or as a
Mm-hmm.
child,
Yeah.
you didn't have all of these stresses
Mm-hmm.
as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one told you adulting is ghetto. Right?
Now, I'm gonna sign me up for this.
I was like, who?
I wasn't meant to do that. I think we're all supposed to be kids for real. Like, we just kids raising
Mm-hmm.
kids. We all just kids. If somebody just want to run the world, we like,
Mm-hmm.
hold up, you ain't talking to me. Now we gotta become an adult.
Mm-hmm.
If I can describe myself in 2 words, I would say resilient and phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't believe the person that I am.
Mm-hmm.
The decisions that I make, I can't believe in. I would advise you all to trust the process. Know that if you don't know something, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask other people. If you learn something, take the time to learn something first. Take the time to learn something. Learn as much as you can about it. Because I made the error of learning, but also not using my resources. I was afraid to jump out there. I wanted to trust what I knew. I didn't want to ask. I could have got on Indeed and made a job posting versus trusting what I wanted to do. It's okay to alter your plan. It's okay to stop and start. There's no rush on anything. Be graceful with yourself. Be patient with yourself. It's okay to fall as long as you get back up. And if you want to do any sort of business, know that as long as you're taking a step forward, you're succeeding. The only time you fail is when you give up.
Thank you for that. And and again, I know you had said something about resources.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think that resources are is a monetary thing, and it's not. It's connections and networking.
Yes, it's about if you know someone who can help, or even if you don't know who can help, don't be afraid to talk about what you're doing. Don't be afraid to say you don't know what you're doing. Be vocal. It's a lot of help out there.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's true. That's very much true.
Mm-hmm. And no, and I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to no, they think that no means no.
Mm-mm.
Right? And no doesn't mean no. It means either not right now or not from this person.
Mm-hmm.
No doesn't, and no shouldn't stop you. I talk about childhood a lot. I'm like, when you wanted to learn how to walk, you didn't accept no for an answer. Mm-hmm. You kept trying to walk until you was able to run. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so no is not a stopping point for you. And so if someone wants to reach you for you to help them with any aspect of business or for the services that you provide, what would be a great way for them to get in contact with you?
My flyers are everywhere. literally everywhere. On Facebook, you can find my personal blogging is Eliza Marie. My business page is Millionaire Moms Playground. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok, I'm on Eliza Marie _ the beauty, where there's a lot of inspiration there as well. And a lot of humor. You know, I'm real. But yeah, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Eliza Marie or Millionaire Moms Playground. And just reach out. Don't be afraid to talk to me. I'm human.
I thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story, sharing your inspiration, your telling us more about you as a person, just everything. It was a great conversation. And again, you know, everybody, make sure you follow her. She gave you her social media, and of course, we're going to have, you know, all of that plastered on the video as well. And yeah, I mean, this was. I'm leaving here feeling motivated.
I'm fulfilled, you know.
And I feel like, I got the message that was meant for me here in this sitting today. So again, make sure you guys are tuned into our YouTube channel, which is Brwngrlz ENT. We have our interviews that are posted on Tuesdays. We have our book club, which is going to be posted on Wednesdays, but our live book clubs are on Mondays on TikTok at 8 p.m. And again, we have several interviews that have been posted previously. So season 1 is up, so make sure you check it out. This is season 2, so of course make sure you check out season 2 interviews that are up now. And make sure you're following our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Brwngrlz ENT. Make sure that you're following us. And if you know anyone that is interested in sharing their story and have a business that they would like to promote with Brwngrlz, make sure that they reach out and hit us up. We'll be more than welcome to have them here, so they can have their moment and share their life, their experiences, and what they're doing to make our community a better place. So again, this is Desiree. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time.
Next time on the Brwngrlz Collective, remember to like and subscribe.